Hey guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back. So today I thought I would do a Valentine's eye look for you guys using the Too Faced Gingerbread palette of all things, if you can see that. I think this palette has a lot of really pretty pinks and purples. So I know that it's like a Christmas themed palette, but I think that this is going to actually look really cute. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I've done my brows and my base and set my eyes, and we're ready to get started. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see, and we'll get going on this. All right, so I'm going to start with Sugar Daddy right here as my transition shade. I've used this color before. It's really, really light. It doesn't show up necessarily all that much, but that's okay. I'm gonna deepen it up in just a second. This reminds me of 90s makeup where you had like the pastel eyeshadow and like you had like the one shade all over your lid. I wasn't really into makeup at that point yet. I was still a little young. But I remember it, you know, Spice Girls. Things like that. So what's everyone doing for Valentine's Day? I'm not really doing anything. My husband and I aren't really into that. You know, stay home. Get takeout so we don't have to cook. Get a card. See who can get the better card. But we don't go out. But I like hearing about what everybody else does. Okay. Alright, so next I'm going into looking at my cookie right here. I'm gonna deepen up that pink that I just did just a little bit. I didn't really put a lot on there. Let's try that again. There we go, just a little more. You know, one year when my husband and I were dating, we actually got each other the exact same Valentine's Day card. I think that was like our first Valentine's Day. Mine came in the mail much later than his did because we were doing long distance. And I think he just thought I copied off of him because I saw this on Pinterest and I just made it, the card. I made the card myself because I couldn't find it in the store. He actually found it in the store and we gave each other the same exact card on our first Valentine's Day. Fate, I tell you. That was pretty funny. Okay. One thing about filming a look like this is that my lights wash out all this stuff. And in real life, I'm like, I'm good. It's time to stop. And then I look at myself on the viewfinder. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't put anything on yet. All right. I'm going to go in with the bright pink gumdrop. And put that in the crease as well. Sure hope that this isn't terrible because I have to go to work later. I hope this works out. I'm thinking I'm going to do kind of like a spotlight eye. Is that what that's called? I don't know. effect anyway. Planes, man. All day. All day, every day. I'm even going to take it a little further down here and the inner corner here. There we go. I'm trying to be more patient with myself on my eye looks. I don't want to blend for 1,000 years. Who does? But if you don't, it might end up being choppy, especially with a bright pink like this. So this is going to be kind of boring, but I'm going to sit here and blend this shadow until my hand falls off. I'm going to go back in with our original Sugar Daddy and kind of blend out those edges a little bit. There we go. There we go. That looks pretty good. Excellent. Okay. What do you think? I like that. I think that looks pretty good. We'll go back in with the gumdrop and like redo the edges in just a minute. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need my glitter glue. Ew, yuck, hair. There's a hair. Ooh. As I said before, whenever I do an eye look, when I put a shimmer on my lid, I use glitter glue. I don't foil it or just stick it on there. Reason being, my eyes are really, I guess, deep set, and so shimmers don't like to stay on my eyes. And since we're only doing like a little bit in the middle here, I'm not going to go up all the way. I know spotlight eyes are kind of old news, but you know what? Again, I said this before in another video, that if I am proud as punch to wear it out in public because I worked hard on it, then I'm going to put it on my channel whether it's trendy or not. As long as I'm not like repeating myself a whole bunch, you know? Like doing the same kind of look over and over. That'll get boring really fast. Okay, I think we're good there. That's the NYX glitter glue, by the way. It's what I use most of the time. Most of the time it's the only glitter glue I have. Say glitter glue 5 times fast. Bet you can't, because that's really hard to do. Okay. I don't have, there's not a shimmery pink in this palette. There's a duochrome in this, which I really love, but that's not really what I'm going for. I want something softer. So I'm going to put spiked eggnog right here on the lid. Excuse me. I think I hiccuped there in my mouth. Now the trick is going to be making these match as much as I can. Okay. I'm going to go in with my finger here and kind of like tap it out a little bit. And then we'll go back in with the pink. Okay. Same brush I used before with this gumdrop color, going back in with that. I don't know how much that helped. Let's try that again. Tapping out the edges. I didn't get these perfectly symmetrical. Then again, I've said before that it doesn't really matter to me all that much. Looks pretty good. I think it does. I'm gonna take this packing brush, I don't know what you call it. I'm gonna give gumdrop one more chance. Kind of just, there we go. At least on the lid, give it a little more punchy punch. Okay. Good, I like that. So far, so good? Not too much fallout, a little bit. Not too bad. What do I want to do on the lower lash line? Okay. I'm going to go back in with Looking at My Cookie. Let's just put this down first. I have a feeling I'm going to want it to be more pinky. But we'll see. I don't want to go too deep into it and then regret my decision, as can be the case. Then I'll put a tiny bit, not too much, just a tiny bit of gumdrop on the outside. Let's just give this one sweep over. Blendability. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go put on my liner and mascara, get all that done, and then I'll be right back. Okay, that's done. Let's move on to bronzer, shall we? This is the Too Faced Chocolate Solei bronzer. It's the only bronzer I have. It's the only one I use. I'm making noise, like my chair is squeaking. I need a new chair, you guys. This is just like a camping chair. If it's squeaky, I apologize. I know that that would get on my nerves. So, since I did a really pinky look with my eye, I'm going to go soft on the blush, the Milani powder blush in Romantic Rose. I've had this forever and there is no sign of it stopping. This will last me until I have grandchildren. This blush anyway. Just a little... Okay. I'm going to use BECCA's highlight in Moonstone, which, oh, got it everywhere. Happens to be my favorite since I've hit pan on it and no other highlighters that I own. This is the perfect, it's gold, but it's not gold, if that makes sense. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. I love this stuff. I really like BECCA highlighters. As said before in previous videos, I will not buy full-size BECCA highlighters. And so I'm so glad that they make minis. Okay. Okay. Pretty good. I think pretty good. Before I put on lipstick, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Illumimafus. I'm particularly super fond of this. But it doesn't have denatured alcohol in it, which is good because a lot of the setting sprays that I like have denatured alcohol, which dries my skin out, so I don't use them. I'm going to zoom you back out before I do that. So for lips, I'm using the Bite Beauty Matte Creme Lip Crayon in Glacé. We'll see how well this works out. Okay. Okay. Not fond of the smell. All right, so that's it, guys. I'll lean in so you can see the look. Oh, okay. So I hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day. I'll link down below everything that I used. Let me know what you're doing for Valentine's Day as well. I like hearing stories. Did you get flowers? Did you give flowers?